It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
It's the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions.
Coming up next.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
The punter, Jack Fox, to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. To return, Jerome Ford. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And leading them out, going strong well over a decade now after entering the league as a first-rounder out of Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. That one complete to Njoku. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he's tackled for a short gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Ford straight ahead. A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 39. Connection made to Judy. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, you'll get what you need.
Quite the opening drive they've put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. First down, and they go right back to him. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board, first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. So the first drive of the game ends not in points drop, but in an INT.
And I get it, opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Again, it's Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Another one for Gibbs. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They motion the tight end over. From the gun, Goff. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And he gets this all the way inside the red zone, down at the 19. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that gives the Lions the first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Goff on 3rd. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Bates' kick is up and good. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. 2nd drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 32. Blow wheeled in by Njoku. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, tackled by Jack Campbell.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pass complete to Thrash. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 48. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Thrash hauls it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And a fresh set of downs on its way.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 2nd quarter lead. On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns take a 4-point lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Craig Reynolds to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. One of the tight ends motioning left. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. Second and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have two choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable third down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
They'll head up, 1st and 10 from the 42. A give up the middle to Ford. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
To the ground with Ford. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled by Jack Campbell. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The give here on second. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup. That's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Back to throw on 3rd down. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Carlson's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Khalif Raymond to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Lions and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. This is complete to Patrick. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Goff on 1st and 10. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Williams coming in motion right. Throwing again. It's Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. So now here's 3rd and 5. Goff to the air now. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's Goff. Completed over the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Patrick going to motion over left. 2nd and 4. This is complete to Gibbs. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Goff now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, Goff. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll throw it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Goff. He has the first over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Goff setting to throw. Catch is made in close. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Gibbs scores, touchdown Detroit. The Lions earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions tie things 10-10. Fox now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They're throwing it. Into traffic. Complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
I'll tell you this. You don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Connects with Thrash. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns get some late points and the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. The Lions returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is gone. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got to gain a 6 there. From the secondary, Greg Delpit on the tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Gets this one to Patrick. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, it's gone. Pass taken in by St. Brown. He's got it up to midfield and into Brown's territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw from Goff. Short pass brought in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
From the 25 on second down. He finds Laporta. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions make it 17 all. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our first half. We've hit halftime, all tied up thanks to that late touch. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Reynolds with a return. On the return at the 27. The home teams and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun. Goff. Safe Brown there to bring it in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 3rd down now. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They motion a receiver left. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Goff on 1st and 10. Throw complete to Williams. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Gibbs now from the gun. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action with Goff. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Fox now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The Browns getting their offense out there. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Ford straight ahead. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Now Ford. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And the Lions will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he rocks the tackler. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the gun, Goff. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. From the 46. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Goff. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 now from the 30. Goff back to throw. Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down from the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 13-point lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Ford running right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 13. Complete out to the right side. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They send a man in motion. They'll run here on 1st down. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Called in by Njoku, left side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing off the play fake here. Connection made to Judy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This is Ford on the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Back now, pressure on its way. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now within 1 score in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Reynolds with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home team's ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Gets himself free. Laporta with the grab. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's Tillman, he's got it. Jukes one defender, and they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Gets everything he has under this throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. Working inside the red zone. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Backed up to the 40-yard line now. It's second and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on third and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Browns now within 1 score in the fourth. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Browns 31.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Reynolds with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Tight end going in motion here. From the 35 on 2nd down. Gets this one to Patrick. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You've heard that very common term in draft vernacular called catching radius. Let me tell you, as a quarterback, you love tight ends on drag routes because that catching radius for such a big target, and you see him, you eye him, and there's a comfort level between QB and tight end to make that connection.
Into the hands of Gibbs. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Motioning one of the tight ends. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Tight end in motion left. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He'll throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
That kick is no good. Oh, he mishit it. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a 2-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been a death knell. But the miss, you just see it. It breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
Back out now comes the Browns offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Oh, out of the gun. That one complete to Njoku. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Pass play now. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Second and 3 now. Back to throw now. Buying some time right.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, it's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Browns losing by 7. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. He's back to throw. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's going to be 4th and short.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Kid, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage. but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
They've got first down from the 31. He'll look to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here he is to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Setting up to pass. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
And the Lions into a nickel set for third down. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. Still one more in their pocket to use. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he sails that one over the end zone.
That's a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. They are throwing it again. And that is incomplete. They got the look they needed, but no luck. This game's over. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.